welcome back to Absolutely Long Island. Today we're a little late, but we're going to give out our own Oscars for pretty much horrendous behavior. I guess that would how you'd sum it up.
Pretty much the worst of the worst.
The worst of the
we
worst.
like to bring to you to share.
So we're going to give out 3 awards. One for the worst possible date invite, the second for the most outrageous ghost, and the third for the most imaginative liar. So 3 Oscars going out today.
3 wonderful people.
So you recently had an invite, a first date invite, which I have to admit is probably the worst first date invite I've ever heard of. Where did he want to meet you for a first date where you're supposed to make a really good impression? So where did he want to meet?
I had a choice of 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts that was actually, I think you said, closed down a while ago from the health department.
Yes, that's true. So when I heard about 7-Eleven, and you want to make the first impression, I was thinking, how is this even possible? That's like asking someone to meet you in the adult section of the books at Barnes & Noble. I mean, can you think of anything worse than a first date other than like a prison yard?
No.
Or something like that?
No,
like,
because
where else
you can't sit down, and what are you supposed to talk? Talk by the bounty? I mean, what do you do?
A beef jerky and a Slurpee chaser? I don't know. What would you do in 7-Eleven? Like, why bother? Why not just stay in your car, roll down the window, and say, hey.
Yeah, or just do a drive-by, just slow the car down and don't even get out. You know, just like make eye contact and then get the hell home. You know, because that's how I feel with this guy. And needless to say, I didn't go. All of a sudden, the kids, had a fever. And I think I got blown off now because thank goodness I haven't heard from him in a couple of days.
Yeah, so I just can't.
I don't know. Somebody said that he's demented.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So I asked people, and they were like, "This is person's mentally ill." Because that's like where does it go down from there?
I don't know.
I mean, you're always.
Where would he be taking me to dinner? Like the gas station for appetizers? I don't know. I mean, it's so sick that you wonder, like, oh, these people have jobs. Do these people, like, able to, take care of themselves hygienically? Like, this is the first impression?
A 7-Eleven, little rump, maybe at the
I
7-Eleven, I'll be...
Or disease-filled Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, I just can't understand it. It just boggles the mind that I get these people.
That is why this person deserves the Oscar. Yes. For the worst invite for a date ever.
The worst.
And then we had another person. He ghosted you. He was heading on a trip. He was an old boyfriend. He wanted to come back. He zombied back, and he was excited about seeing you, makes plans with you. I can't wait to see you. I will definitely call you when I'm on the road back home, because he was driving back from Florida. Right. I'll call you from the road, and we'll just finalize all the plans.
Right. Exactly.
So... what happens that Monday when he's supposed to be calling you back?
Yeah, that Monday came and went. I didn't hear anything. I didn't get suspicious right away. I'm like, we had a 4-hour conversation about getting back together, so I'm sure I'll hear from him Tuesday, whatever. By the time Thursday rolled around, I was like, oh my God, he ghosted me. And he's ghosted me previously. And I really thought that maybe something happened to him.
I did too.
So...
especially because we were talking about it. Yeah. Florida, you're in a van, you're stopping off to, do your business on the side of the road. It's a long drive.
Anything can happen.
And you're near the Everglades, right? Yeah. We thought a gator got him. Sure, something like that, anything could happen.
I started checking the obituaries, like by that Thursday afternoon.
Right.
And nothing. And then we ended up doing a drive-by.
Yeah, his house. see if he was alive.
To see if he was there. And lo and behold, the Winnebago was in the driveway. So he made it back from Florida in one piece and just decided to ghost.
Yeah, no gators. And I remember when you were telling our family, like cousins, about this, they were like, of course a guy doesn't talk to them.
They must be dead.
They must be dead. Of course women would think that. But the thing is, and I think the reason why we thought he was dead is because we couldn't believe that anyone would be so pathetic.
Yeah, so
sick. And not do that. I mean, it's one thing to say, we'll meet when we get back. I'll give you a call when I get back or whatever. But to say and be so specific and say, we're going to go to this place for this date. I'll call you from the road on Monday. We will talk Monday. Yeah. And then you don't hear from him. I think a normal person would think they're dead. But maybe that's the way women and men's minds are different. Guys are like, I'll just blow it off. Because we just can't believe it.
We can't believe that they would be so horrific that after a 5-hour phone call, desperate to get back together, it had been like a couple of years. We're starting fresh. We're going to the scene of where we had our first date. Let's all get dressed up. Yeah. I went out and bought myself a new dress.
Oh, let's see, what a pretty dress. Oh, how beautiful you look tonight.
And everything else, and he just completely ghosted.
Right.
Completely ghosted. Yeah. So that's got to be one of the worst I've had.
I've
had a lot.
Yeah, that definitely deserves an Oscar for the most outrageous ghost. Because you're driving back from Florida, and you notice that this does happen. There is a pattern about men going away on vacation.
It's the kiss of death.
It's the kiss of death.
When they say they're going away, it's like I look around, they're going to have nothing that belongs to them in my house because I would have to do a drive-by and drop it off because you never hear from them again. I've had men that do the mosting, right? I'm the best thing since sliced bread. That one guy a couple of years ago who still, tries to, get with me a little bit on LinkedIn here and there, whatever, but goes down to Key West for business. I spoke to him a couple of times, never saw him again. Another guy, we had 3 or 4 really good dates, went to Vegas on a conference not that long ago, came back, ghosted. Yeah. Never heard from him again. There's something about that disconnect where they're out of your life, even if it's a couple of days to a week. I don't know what happens in their little heads, but they're gone. They're done with you.
Yeah,
they're done. They're completely done. And so when I'm dating someone and I hear, oh, I have to go away on business in a couple of weeks, right away I'm like, it's over. Yeah, it's over. I almost want to do like whatchamacallit, like a preemptive breakup because I know it's happening anyway. So I might as well just say, you know what, this isn't working because I know damn well I'm never going to hear from you once that plane hits LaGuardia. I'm finished. Finished. I could be like, calling, texting, whatever. I'll never hear from them again. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. I don't know what it is. And I told you that. I told my girlfriend that. I'm like, oh no, he's going away. That's the end of it.
So you never hear from him again. It's true. It is true. And so that is definitely Oscar worthy. But I think my favorite of all the Oscars goes for the most imaginative liar. Now here is a man who... And I don't think this says a lot about you, but I mean, here is a man who convinced you he was going dark and being deployed to Afghanistan, and you found him in a Starbucks.
Yes, right near my house.
With another woman.
On a Sunday morning after church.
Yeah.
Which was God's way, my girlfriend told me, of telling me
that he was bad news.
He's bad news. Just
so this man, this whatever military, if he even was, or whatever, basically was visiting you when he wasn't deployed, right? That was his story?
Yeah, he contacted me on Match.com a couple of years ago, and I was very taken with him. He was from Alabama. He had the accent.
My name's Redneck Chip, and everybody in my family will tell you that I am white trash fabulous because I didn't leave Mama's house until I was 31.
He was calling me like cute little names, and I was so sick of the New York men, the way they talk.
You fucking kidding? I'm standing here. Oh man, can't you see I'm walking here?
This was a little different, so I was a little taken with him, but he would always take off on me. Like all of a sudden at the last minute, oh, I got to catch a flight. He supposedly he worked in the aircrafts, and he was like a load master where he helps like make sure that the plane is.
Oh, he was a load master.
Yeah, he was a load master.
More like load of shit.
Yeah. Exactly. And so I believed him, but he kept canceling on me. I saw him a couple of times. In hindsight, I think he saw me, because I think he was living with this woman that I eventually caught him with at the Starbucks.
Yeah.
I would see him, I think, on the weekends that he was supposed to be at the base, because I called the base, and like 10 hours later, I got somebody on the phone to call me back that he was a reservist. So I don't think he was actually in the service anymore. I think he was just...
Like once a month or something,
Once
I guess
a month
you
they
go
go
and
for
you're a
a weekend.
reservist and you go there.
Yeah, but I think he was totally enamored with it because he had the dog tags, he had the military boots, he had the outfits. I mean,
It's part of the disguise.
the disguise. He had like the shaved military haircut. So you know he was Mr. Navy. Yeah, but one morning, you know, well, he was supposed to be in Afghanistan for 6 weeks. This was like a yearly thing or whatever. He was coming back like mid-March, and I remember this was actually Oscar night 4 years ago, which was on February 28th. And I was with the kids at church. We go to get a Starbucks after, and lo and behold, he's on the line, 5 people in front of me. I almost fell over. Like into like the
Crowds.
straws and the into where they
You
have
knocked
the
the
packets.
napkins over the packets, the whole
I mean,
thing.
my whole legs. I mean, my heart was like through the roof. My legs, and then my kids are like, "Hey, mommy, isn't that so and so? Let's go and say hello." And here he's holding hands with another woman.
Yep, I nailed his ass.
It was one of the shockingest things like I've ever experienced. I got
so
the hell out
don't
of
believe
there.
it when guys say, you won't hear from them, they have to go away, they're, like a
They're
homeland
nowhere.
situation, we're
They're
going
nowhere.
dark.
Yeah.
Probably not true, more like going dark and having a latte,
Yeah.
for at least this guy.
Yeah, they're not in the desert, they're at the Starbucks.
That's exactly right.
That's where they are. So don't ever think they're away, because they're not.
They're not away. No.
Especially not Afghanistan.
Yeah, especially not Afghanistan. So anyway, that is the end of our show for today. We just wanted to give out those awards. Since we're a little late, we wanted to capture that before, since it's still sort of Oscar season. It's, early in the year. And we will see you next week on another episode of Absolutely Long Island.